Right now, there is someone in your life who is slowly breaking you down. And the frightening part, you probably think they're your friend. They smile to your face. They act like they care. But every single day, they take something from you. Your happiness, your peace, your energy. And if you don't see them for who they are soon, you'll wake up one morning, feeling hollow, exhausted, and lost, with no idea how you got there. So let me show you exactly who these people are. Because once you can see them clearly, you can finally protect yourself. Here is the thing about toxic people. They don't arrive with a warning label. They don't walk into your life announcing their intentions. They come in quietly. They look completely normal. Some of them even seem wonderful at first. They laugh with you, spend time with you, maybe even tell you they love you. But underneath all of that warmth, there is poison, slow poison, the kind that doesn't hurt you all at once, but drains you steadily, day after day, until you no longer recognize the person staring back at you in the mirror. The worst part is that most people don't realize what is happening until the damage is already done, until they've lost their confidence, their vitality, their sense of self. But not you. By the time you finish watching this, you'll know exactly what to look for. You'll be able to spot these 7 toxic types before they get close enough to do real harm. Let's begin. Type 1, the gaslighter. You know, this person. They're the kind of person who makes you feel like you're losing your mind. You tell them that something they said hurt you. Instead of apologizing, they turn it around. Why are you being so dramatic? I was joking. You always take things the wrong way. Or you catch them in a clear, undeniable lie. And when you bring it up, they look at you with concern and say, "That never happened. Are you okay? I think you're remembering it wrong." This is gaslighting. A simple concept wrapped in a complicated word. It means deliberately distorting your reality until you stop trusting yourself. And it is insidious because it happens gradually. Each time they do it, you doubt yourself a little more. Maybe I am too sensitive. Maybe I did misremember. Before long, you're apologizing for things that were never your fault. And you can no longer trust your own instincts. Listen carefully. If someone consistently makes you feel like you are the problem when you know you're not, that person is poisoning your mind. Real friends own their mistakes. They don't twist your words or make you feel irrational. Removing yourself from that dynamic isn't unkind. It is the most self-protective thing you can do. Type 2, the chaos maker. This person always has a crisis. Always. Monday, they're in a fight with their mother. Tuesday, someone betrayed them at work. Wednesday, their partner glanced at someone, and it is now an emergency. Thursday, their neighbor has become their sworn enemy. There is never a quiet week, never a calm season. Just an endless, rotating carousel of disaster. At first, you feel genuinely sorry for them. You listen, you advise, you show up. But then you notice something. Nothing ever changes. The drama doesn't resolve. It simply transforms into new drama. And every time you walk away from a conversation with them, you feel as though someone has emptied a dump truck of problems onto your shoulders. Problems that are not yours to carry. Here is what is actually happening. Some people are genuinely addicted to chaos. When life gets too still, they manufacture turbulence just to feel alive. And if you stay close, you become part of their storm. Your peaceful days get consumed by their emergencies. You lose sleep over their arguments. You start to stress about situations that have nothing to do with your actual life. Your life is not a crisis hotline. You have your own story to live, your own goals to pursue, your own peace to protect. If someone turns every ordinary day into a 5-alarm emergency, you are allowed to step back quietly, firmly, and without guilt. Type 3, the dream killer. This one cuts the deepest because it often comes from the people closest to you. You're excited about something, a new idea, a business you want to start, a skill you want to develop. You share it with someone, expecting at least a sliver of encouragement. Instead, you get, "That is too hard." People like us don't do that. Don't get your hopes up. Or worse, "That is a waste of time. Why would you even bother?" What makes this so damaging is that it masquerades as realism. But there is a clear difference between honest feedback and soul-crushing dismissal. Genuine support sounds like, "That is going to be challenging. Here is how you might approach it." Toxic criticism sounds like, "You can't, don't try." One builds you up, the other flattens you and keeps you there. If you hear this long enough, you stop dreaming altogether. You start thinking small. You begin to believe the ceiling they've placed over you is real. But here is what I want you to hear. The people who tell you that you can't are usually terrified that you will. They're projecting their own unrealized fears onto your potential. Don't let their unfinished business become your life sentence. You have dreams for a reason. Guard them fiercely. And guard them, especially from the people who smile while they suffocate them. Type 4. The two-faced friend. This person is the most dangerous of all because they look exactly like someone trustworthy. They listen attentively. They say all the right things. "I'm always here for you. You can tell me anything." So you do. You open up. You share things you've told almost no one else. And then, one ordinary day, you discover that your private story is now public. The thing you shared in confidence is being whispered about. That vulnerable moment you trusted them with has become someone else's entertaining anecdote. Betrayal by an enemy is painful. Betrayal by someone you called a friend is devastating in a completely different way. It doesn't just hurt, it changes you. It makes you suspicious, guarded, reluctant to trust anyone again. You build walls that were never supposed to be there. Here is how to tell the difference. Real friends demonstrate their trustworthiness through consistent action. They show up when you're struggling. They celebrate when you succeed. What you share with them stays with them. Fake friends operate differently. They're invested in your life only when it serves them. And the moment you stop being useful or interesting, they disappear. If someone is nice to your face, but careless with your trust behind your back, that is not a friendship. That is a performance, and you don't owe your loyalty to a performance. Type 5. The energy thief. You know, this feeling without me needing to explain it. You spend time with this person, and afterward, you feel not just tired, but depleted, as if something essential has been quietly removed from you. Here is the pattern. They reach out, and immediately the weight arrives. Everything is falling apart. I can't cope. My life is impossible. You listen. You offer perspective, solutions, support. But the following week, the exact same conversation happens again. Same complaints, same spiral. Nothing changes. You're not functioning as a friend. You're functioning as an emotional landfill. They unload, walk away lighter, and leave you carrying what they dropped. These are energy vampires. They consume your time, your attention, and your emotional reserves, and give nothing in return. What is particularly insidious is that their emotional state begins to bleed into yours. Their anxiety becomes your anxiety. Their low moods pull you down. You start carrying a weight that was never yours. And eventually, you have nothing left for your own life. Here is what you need to understand. Some people are not looking for solutions. They are looking for a permanent, available audience for their suffering. And if you keep offering yourself in that role, you are choosing their misery over your own well-being. Setting a boundary isn't cruelty. Saying, "I can't talk right now," is not abandonment. It is the basic maintenance of your own humanity. Because when you're running on empty, you have nothing left to give. Not to them, not to yourself, not to anyone who genuinely deserves your presence. Type 6. The perpetual me. You start sharing something about your day, and within seconds, the conversation has shifted entirely to them. "Oh, that happened to me too, but way worse. Let me tell you, you need help with something," and they're suddenly overwhelmed with prior commitments. But the moment they need something from you, you hear from them immediately. You share good news, and instead of celebrating it, they find a way to center themselves. They're not present for your life. You exist to be present for theirs. This is exhausting in a very specific way, because a genuine relationship is built on reciprocity. You listen to me. I listen to you. You show up for me. I show up for you. But in a one-sided dynamic, all the energy flows in a single direction. You pour yourself into their world and receive nothing back. Over time, you start to feel invisible, as if you're not a person in the relationship, but simply a mirror there to reflect their existence back at them. The hard truth is that deeply self-absorbed people are not capable of caring about you the way you care about them, not because they're evil, but because in their internal world, there genuinely isn't space for anyone else's experience. You deserve people who ask how you're doing and actually wait for the answer. People who notice when you're struggling without you having to announce it. If someone has turned your relationship into a one-person show, recognize that you are not part of the supporting cast of someone else's story. You are the main character of your own story. Type 7. The promise breaker. I'll be there. I'll help you with that. I'll pay you back tomorrow. I'll show up, I promise. Beautiful words, and you believe them. Because why wouldn't you? You adjust your plans around them. You hold space for them. You count on them. And then, nothing. An excuse arrives, believable on the surface. But you've heard variations of it many times. Promise breakers are like a mirage in a desert. From a distance, they look like exactly what you need. But when you reach them, there is nothing there. And if you keep running toward mirages, you'll exhaust yourself chasing water that was never real. What makes this particularly damaging is the way it freezes you. You put your plans on hold, waiting for them to follow through. You don't make other arrangements because you trusted their word. And while you wait, your life pauses for someone who never intended to show up in the first place. Reliable people don't make sweeping promises. They simply do what they said they would. Their actions match their words. If someone's promises are consistently larger than their follow-through, their words have already told you everything you need to know. Stop extending trust that isn't being honored. Your time is finite. Your trust is precious. Here is what I need you to understand. If your life feels heavier than it should right now, it may not be the workload. It may not be the circumstances. It may be the people around you, the ones who make you doubt your own mind, the ones who flood your days with chaos, the ones who dim your ambitions, the ones who smile while carrying your secrets to strangers, the ones who drain you, the ones who only see themselves, the ones who never show up. These people don't break you dramatically, all at once. They do it quietly, gradually, one small erosion at a time, until one day you look in the mirror and don't recognize what you see. But now you know. Now you can see them. And here is the most important thing I can tell you. Walking away from toxic people is not weakness. It is not cruelty. It is not selfishness. It is one of the most courageous, clear-eyed acts of self-respect a person can perform. Your mental health is not a fair trade for maintaining a relationship that is slowly consuming you. Your peace matters more than someone else's comfort. So take a moment right now, think honestly about the people in your life, and ask yourself one question. Is there someone who consistently makes me feel worse, not better? If the answer is yes, you already know what to do.